have 6 acres. We have 3-acre parcel here, and then we have 3 more acres just on the other side of the property. The corn we use for food. We make about 8 different products out of the food, from 3 different types of soup, a couple different types of mush. We have the Gunastohal, the dehydrated corn, and the raw corn. That's 8 right there. So that's what it's all about, is helping us get our crop off the field, because we do it all by hand, and then we try to dry it down, and there's a couple different ways we're going to try it down this year. Okay, so you can see these things in here, these little dimples. That's called dent. That means it's been cross-pollinated. Same thing with this little bit of yellow in here. That means that other corns that were planted like within 5 to 10 miles from here, their pollination can just carry that far, so it actually pollinates our corn, which is something we really have to be careful about. That's why we do seed selection. We select all this out of there. We won't choose these types. They're still good for seed, for soup. They're just not good for seed. So we're really trying to take a look at our corn and see what's been touched by other pollination from other farms. We're trying to select those ones out. The ones that we keep are the ones that are closest to the corn, so about the 3 closest inner husks like this is what we'll use to braid with. The rest of this will all be cut off. We'll have a thing that we call a lopper, and we'll actually cut the stalk and the rest of these off. This is still good for the soil, so we'll keep that out here. And then these 3 can be put together. You see how easier that makes it so we can get a better braid with it. It actually started like a shoestring. This is not what I would use, but what we would do is start like this, and then we would do the next thing and just start putting cobs in there and alternating. So this is the beginning. That's how you start your braid. And then we just put another one over here, and then we'd put that one in and then start our braid that way. So we'd always have 3 corns going. We'd have one more and just keep, as you did that cross, and you'd add the next one in on this side and just keep it going back like that till there's 65 on here. And we'll put, not these small ones, but we'll have boxes of 65 set up, and then that way the people that are doing the braiding really don't have to count them. They'll know that there's 65 in each one of these. I'll give a little bit of an example of how tall some of this corn is. I can't even reach the top, but that's one thing they're looking for too when we're doing the seed selection, is the length. We don't want the tallest, we don't want the shortest, we want somewheres in the middle. Same thing with the cobs. You don't want the biggest or the smallest, we want somewheres in the middle. Then we want to, again, look for the ear placement between the knee and the shoulder. And then the actual cobs itself, the kernels, we want 8 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And because this corn is really high in moisture content, we have to lay it out. We can't just throw it in a bin and let it pile on top of each other, or it'll start molding and sprouting. Well, this was what they called one of our 3 sustainers, or the 3 sisters, was corn, beans, and squash. And this has a particular variety of corn that we used. It's a white flint corn. And this dates all the way back to our creation story. So this corn has been always in our lives. My parents grew it, my grandparents grew it. A lot of people in the community grew this type of corn. And so what we do is we pick the corn and step it down so that we know that's been picked. And then what we'll do is we'll bring all that corn up. We'll have a big tent up here. We'll bring all that corn up under the tent, and we'll bring these down to the 3 closest husks, and these would be braided. So once that's done, we'll hang these all up to dry, and it takes a couple months for it to dry down. But then actually this corn is all hand shelled as well, and then it's all turned into different food products, including soup and mush and bread.